Hey guys, it's Kate, Zencat Vintage, and today we are at one of my current favorite thrift stores, the Big Salvation Army in Langford, BC. And diving in, first thing that caught my eye was this cool elephant figurine that reminded me of vintage Dolby Cashier brass. If you've never heard of Dolby Cashier, they did these really cool sort of geometric, cubist kind of abstract animal figurines. I think they made other things, but really well known for their brass. And they are crazy collectible. I knew that little elephant was like ceramic when I walked up, but just the style of it really reminded me of those Dolby Cashier brass pieces. Then that other piece there was just a cute little sign, and you probably saw my husband whacking me on the arm with a plaid case. That was actually an abacus that he found. And then this was cool. This it's a cooler. It's cool cooler. This is by Got, and Got actually ended up sort of being taken over by Rubbermaid back in like the 1980s. I actually found a cool article about it online. And then it didn't take long to find an absolute gold piece. This is a Jeremio Brothers glass. This is like a votive or candle holder. Very, very collectible. I have sold one of the glass faces before. I think I sold it for like $60 on Etsy. The complete pieces with they did like candle holders, wall sconces, they can sell for like in the hundreds. So that was cool. And then I loved this bag of wooden napkin rings. This is a bunch of elephants, but they had it priced at $12.99, which even though I ended up using a coupon this day, that was, I don't know, I was feeling that was a little steep, even though there was a whole bunch of them in the bag. I couldn't justify the $12.99. This was a cool ginger jar style like vessel, but I was surprised to see it made in China. And then thanks to a viewer, those are by Baum Brothers, and that wasn't a brand I was really familiar with, a maker I was really familiar with. So those teacups were pretty. Not a ton of resale value in those, but thank you, viewer, for pointing out the Baum Brothers. So I did take time to look them up before leaving the store. And then these adorable little anthropomorphic hedgehog salt and pepper shakers, 99 cents each. The next piece I had to have a look at was this really cool Arnell's mold Black Panther figurine. This is a hobbyist piece. I didn't grab it. A little bit of regret not grabbing it. There's Post Malone chilling in the background. But the painting on it was not poorly done. I think the eyes would have probably had to have been repainted. And there were some scuffs to like the black body. I don't know. I felt like it was a project and I didn't want a project. So I did leave that cool Black Panther. I think it was gone by the time we left the store though, so I'm glad someone snagged it. But this was a piece that I fell in love with. This may end up being a keeper. It's like one of the big-eyed girl sort of style pictures, but this is a needlepoint, obviously. It's got the frame. I do just need to retape the back a little bit, but that's an easy like 5-minute fix. Very, very cute. And she was priced at $4.99. And then again, using the 20% off coupon. So $4, how could I say no? I moved over to the sort of like greens and blues aisle. This pretty little Mexican pottery dish. It was only priced at $1.99. That guy there had a chip on it. Again, $1.99. Prices here have been really reasonable. This was a cool little candle holder. It was like dimple glass, and it reminded me of the Albano Poli. I mean, his pieces are much better quality than that green one, but he makes the sort of like dimpled, he had this line of like dimpled divot glass candle holders, lamps, and different like decor items. He's an Italian glass maker. Then I flipped around and was checking out some of the clear glass when these caught my eye, the color on them. This is like that Wedgwood blue, sort of like faux jasper ware. It was really popular on like souvenir glasses. They had those priced at $2.99 each. But there isn't really a lot of resale value in them. Realistically, you can maybe get like $10 for them, maybe a bit more depending on the location. So those ones were from Barbados. There was a big pile of stuff going on here in the blue section. And I really thought this tin was lovely. This is a blue willow pattern on this like biscuit tin. They had it priced at $4.99 though, and I was surprised to see it made in China. I was honestly expecting it to be made in England, but not a lot of resale value on it regardless. I loved this hand-painted mug, and this is actually a Starbucks piece. My understanding is that these were made in Italy for Starbucks. I honestly can't find a lot about those pieces though, but it was really beautifully painted. Too bad it had the chip on it. And in the Starbucks theme, I was stoked to see this because my kid is obsessed with Starbucks and she loves these giant tumblers, even though they drive my husband crazy. But then I saw that it had actually been completely broken at the top. Like it looked like the two pieces had completely separated. It had been re-glued and it was probably perfectly fine to use, but yeah, that was disappointing. But the disappointment was quickly remedied when I found this Michael Kennedy pottery mug. I have heard of Michael Kennedy, who was an Irish artist. He passed away in 2021, I believe. His pieces can sell for very good money. He did mugs, different housewares and decorative pieces. Definitely worth looking up Michael Kennedy ceramics and pottery. I was disappointed to see some chips on that guy. And it even had it had a match to it. But they both had some chips on them. Because the celestial thing with the whole like witchy, whimsy goth is really popular right now. But I wasn't going to buy chipped candle holders. And then just having a quick look at the Scentsy one. This one was missing a few blocks, but I've picked up a few Scentsy packs lately that actually have some good resale value. Some of those discontinued scents, they can sell for like $10 to $15 a piece. They're kind of easy to picture, easy to list on eBay, and they do sell. And this clock was just cool. It was like a HomeSense piece. It was priced at $6.99, and it was huge and heavy, but I just thought it was a really cool color. And then I had to take a moment to pause and appreciate these pieces done by, I think it was Craig in 1998. These are collages. Like, he took probably like magazine, National Geographic pictures or something and made these incredible collages. And then this lizard one here is actually done with stamps. Like, that one was beautiful with the colors. So cool. Then into the dishes, there were these plates here, which I'd never seen this bird pattern before. They had a lot of wear to them, but I just thought that bird was really striking. And it was interesting that it was marked Burke's on the back, so probably carried by Burke's would be my guess. Just some kind of basic run-of-the-mill teacups. And I loved the rad, like 1960s, 70s vibe of this with the like harvest gold color there. This is by Myatt. This is their folklore pattern. It had some dishwasher damage to it though. Otherwise, I honestly was probably going to grab that for myself. Not that I need a big oval plate, but I just really liked it. And I swear I have looked at this mug like 100 times because it always catches my eye. The Love Is. That was really huge in like the 1970s. One of the little mushroom soup mugs. I know some people are picking those up to resell. I'm not. They don't resell for a ton. And I personally can't remember the last time I actually used like a soup mug for my soup. But Then moved over to the sort of reds section here. This little toy, I was just kind of checking to make sure it wasn't some like super cool vintage thing. And it was not. It was a dog's, like a dog's toy. That little red thing there, I honestly have no idea what that was. Those are just some President Choice little ramekins, kind of like a knockoff wannabe Le Creuset. And I'm still on the hunt for a salad spinner. I'm just waiting for the right one to speak to me at the right time. That one was pretty worn for $1.99. And then this was neat because I am a sucker for toolboxes and vintage tackle boxes. I think my husband is sick of me buying toolboxes and picking up toolboxes and tackle boxes. But I don't know, I like them. It was just a cool little chess set. We only found the one half of it though, which was unfortunate. Then I went to the complete other side of the store and was looking at some of like the larger bags, and the electronics are down this aisle as well. This was a cool little travel case, but honestly not very inspiring. It didn't have like a really cool color, and it was priced at $7.99. Wasn't really feeling it. But I don't know why, but I fell in love with this magazine rack. Magazine racks are one of those things that I feel like a lot of people, like, they're kind of like a passé thing, but they're so multi-purpose. You can use them for different things, right? And I don't know, this one was cool. It's super heavy, but it was priced at $8.99, and again, 20% off coupon today. So I did end up grabbing that. I think that'll sell. Then I moved over to the toy section. I totally missed that Doraemon plush. He's like an anime character. And some of the toys for like those anime characters can sell like for really good money. And I know they did some like collaborations for the Doraemon with some other companies. And here I saw a pony, but it's a phony. It's a My Little Pony. Always look at the feet for the My Little Pony. That is how you will know. They're pretty much always marked. And then this little whale reminded me of the Vineyard Vines whale, so I just wanted to give it a once over to make sure that it wasn't like something super cool. It was just like a throw cushion. I think you could get them on Amazon. And this puppet, I was double checking just to make sure that it wasn't like a Folk Manus, because their hand puppets can resell for really, 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 really good money, depending on which one you find. And then we were pretty much coming to the end of the trip, and just as I was walking to the cashier, I found this cast iron doorstop, and my husband actually has a few of these, so we definitely grabbed that. That one is a keeper. So hopefully you enjoyed, and stay tuned for the haul.